I mean, I went home 2 months ago, and I remember having dinner the week before I left, and I was telling one of my coworkers that I'm nervous to go back because I feel like I need to tap into a self which I haven't tapped into for a long time. I'm like, I'm not the same, I can't be the same person. And I remember to them it felt like confusing, like, what do you mean, like, you can't be the same person? But I was like, the same jokes don't translate, the same cultural references don't translate, and same thing when I'm here. I'm not the same person I am when I'm there. And it's not like I'm pretending, but it just brings out different sides of you.
Lynnley, I have one other question for you. How do you feel like you evolved to this level of emotional maturity?
Life. Well, I think part of it, like reading a lot, listening to a lot of podcasts, interacting with a lot of people too, like just different people and hearing their stories, I think they start to give you language. A lot of language I'm speaking today is borrowed language, which I've heard other people speak, and then it's starting to give language to things which I felt before, where you just, you learn to say me too to someone else's experience. And so I think that's definitely helped. A journey which I wish to embark on soon is even just therapy. I think that's going to be a huge...
Girl, you could be my therapist.
No, I want to go to therapy.
The way you're approaching all of these topics, you're like, it's the questions I'm asking. Like, no, let me. It's the answers you're giving.
It's the questions. But yeah, I think I really want to go to that just to like unpack some of the things. Like even as we're talking now, I'm unpacking things which I'm like, oh, this is actually how I felt. Like I didn't know that. Like it's only now that we're having these conversations, because these aren't necessarily everyday conversations we have with people.
Because you're surviving and you're building a career and you're doing all these things.
Yeah, and so I think all those things kind of just blend together, and also I think sometimes I've just tried to make a conscious decision to learn and grow from different things, see what I could have done better, and yeah, just if someone else can be spared from experiencing certain things, then, or like be prepared, like how you're doing with your siblings, then why not offer that? Yeah.
Because but the thing is, even when you try to prepare people, they will still make their own choices.
Yeah.
But at least they know.
At least they know, yeah. And hearing other people's stories too. Like I think even when we've talked and you've given language to some of the things which I felt, it's like, oh, you go through that as well, or like, because the crazy thing is, like, you can even be two international students or two immigrants together, you're all going through the same thing, but no one will ever speak about it.
No.
You think that it's just unique to you, but really it's a common thing which everyone's kind of experiencing together. Yeah. But it's such a, I think on the flip side, it's such a rich experience. It is such a rich experience, which the growth which takes place, like even from every year is kind of like its own chapter.
That's right.
Of what's it gonna look like? What's this adventure gonna be like? Yeah, and it's crazy to look back, to be in a place where it's like, oh, I came and I didn't know anyone, and then now you look back and you see like the relationships which have survived, and the relationships which end up coming back, and which are just still blossoming. Like it's a beautiful thing to almost see your village being created around you. Yeah. So
what would this Lynnley say to the Lynnley of however many years? I don't think he said
10 years ago. This year's 10 years. Yes.
Wow, the Lynnley of 10 years ago.
I would say I'd say it sounds very cliche, but I would say that it's going to be okay. Like there are several days just wondering, like, oh, am I gonna make friends? Like, am I gonna stay in this place? But I would say that honestly, it ends up being okay. And I'm such a huge believer in divine encounters. And, I'm someone who really struggles and I think to a certain extent, I still feel that, like I struggle to make friends, but they're just certain people who are placed in your path that when you look back, you're like, I can't tell you the formula, but these are people given to you. And hold on to those people. And hold on to the people who even somewhat seem like you don't need them anymore. Just enjoy the people around you. I think that's what I would say. And yeah, it's gonna be okay, and the people who you're gonna meet are gonna be worth it. Yeah. Because those are the reasons we stay, the people. Yeah.
If you went back to Malawi right now, would you choose to stay?
I would say that I would have no problem staying, because I think as we're blossoming here, the people I left 10 years ago are also blossoming in their own way. But there's a sense in which my heart is in two places. Like, even if I was staying in Malawi, I think there's a part of me which would, actually I experienced this during holidays. There's a part of me which feels unknown, which is like, oh, I miss the people who I've left in Canada, the people who've grown with me these 10 years.
Exactly, because now you're like 0 to 18 and then
18
close
to
18,
28.
Yeah, you know, so it's...
I'm like, they have no idea what life looked like for those 10 years.
What the growth has been.
Yeah, they're seeing like finished products for now, but there's a 10-year gap missing. And then the people here, there's that 18 gap missing. So I feel like regardless of which country I live in, there's now this dilemma, but I think it's a beautiful thing to see your heart grow for two places like that. Yeah.
How do you manage that though? How do you manage your identity here and your identity there? Because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's also quite complex.
Yeah. I mean, I went home 2 months ago, and I remember having dinner the week before I left, and I was telling one of my coworkers that I'm nervous to go back because I feel like I need to tap into a self which I haven't tapped into for a long time. I'm like, I'm not the same, I can't be the same person. And I remember to them it felt like confusing, like, what do you mean, like, you can't be the same person? But I was like, the same jokes don't translate, the same cultural references don't translate, and same thing when I'm here. I'm not the same person I am when I'm there. And it's not like I'm pretending, but it just brings out different sides of you. And so I think what I've ended up doing is that when I go home, I fully embrace the culture, almost to a point where sometimes people are like, oh, like, you're almost being extra about it. But I'm like, I think there's just a sense of like, let me just take it all in, let me just appreciate it. There's a curiosity in which I've developed, which the people who live there don't have, because they're in it. Like, you don't realize what you have because you're in it. And so I think by that curiosity, it's allowed me to ask questions, to observe things which the typical I wouldn't observe. And then that starts to feed into my identity that like, oh, I am this way because my people are this way, or because this is the cultural norm. I remember I shared this with you, but one of the biggest things for me, which I discovered, which I've always kind of said about myself, is like, oh, I struggle with people pleasing. And, you know, I went home and someone couldn't make a wedding, and their response was just like, oh, sorry, can't make it. And I remember my parents were offended by that, and I wasn't sure, why are they offended? And later on, they were like, you know, they should have packaged it nicer. They should have said, hey, we regret this. We should have felt the tension that they're wrestling with this. It shouldn't have been such an easy thing to say they can't make it. And I realized that, oh, maybe the thing I'm struggling with isn't always people pleasing, but I think it's the value instilled in me that being empathetic, showing regret is such a huge part of my culture. And that really fed into my identity. And so when I'm there, I'm digging into that. And then when I'm here in a different country, I'm also curious and learning that, okay, what are some things I can pick up to blend and assimilate with this culture? I'm not always taking, I think there's parts of that empathy which I'll take with me, but it then begins to subdue a little that, okay, that's the value here in Canada is being clear with my words and not sending confusing images. So if I can't make something, it's better to be clear about it and not kind of play around that, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Like,
You say clear is kind here.
Yeah, clarity is kindness.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, where I'm from, clarity is not kindness. Like, show the regret, it's a different value. And so I think learning continuously being curious about different value systems and learning to put them in their place. One isn't better than the other, it's just different. And there are parts of my identity from home which I'll always take, which I've decided that this is a thing which is going to be embedded in me regardless of where I'm at. And one of those things is like when someone comes, I'll escort them to their car or their door because that's what we do. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's what I'll continue doing, even if it's out of place. There's things like, when I'm home, I try to be punctual. I know it's not a value there, but it's a good habit. And so one culture isn't better than the other, but I think staying curious about both cultures and picking and choosing what's an identity which you're going to hold on to for yourself. Yeah. And I'm still learning about it. Yeah. I don't know, what would your thoughts be on that?
I haven't thought about my thoughts yet. I think I spent so much of my brain space like kind of piecing in and out of different people's opinions on how they manage this duality and this tension, and even discovering just the other day on LinkedIn that there is a term coined for people that are from a different country, raised in another country, or raised in two other different countries, called third world culture, or no, third culture kid.
Right.
Yeah, third culture kid. And as the world becomes increasingly globalized, there is more and more third culture kids. And it's an interesting duality to navigate, because you're one culture in your heart, you're another culture when you go outside, and then you're another culture in many other spaces.
Yeah.
So.
And I think even just like not being ashamed of your culture. I think we can steer two sides where you can either be too ashamed or too proud. Too ashamed that you want to pretend that you're not even part of that culture.
Yeah.
And then the other part is too proud that you're living in a different country but you're refusing to assimilate to that country. Yeah. And so I think
until you miss out.
Yeah, you miss out on like the good stuff that other culture has for you.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a learning curve of constantly going back and forth. And I think there are times where we shift towards one, other times. Like I came from a place where probably when I was here, 18, I probably wasn't as culturally proud as I am now. Like now I'm all about like, oh, my friends should taste my food from home. Let me wear this clothing so that people should know where I'm from. And, if it ever gets to a point where it's too proud that I'm looking down on the culture I'm in, then I have to shift again to the other culture. Yeah. But those are questions I have. Like, how do you even raise your kids? What does family end up looking like? Yeah.
Well, maybe I hope that somebody with answers to this question will sign in for this interview.
Someone who's lived that.
I can share the experience.
Yeah.
Lynnley, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So my shuffling is not fancy, but I will shuffle this
Are
one.
they deep, personal?
Well, you're going to... Some of them are not. So there's a whole bunch of cards that you could pick. But since you're picking 3, you can choose how you want to answer.
We have time for 3? Or should I pick
think so.
2?
Well, maybe all of them will be too deep and you'll be like, okay, well, bye. Wait, let me do this one too.
Also, I don't get to skip.
Well, since you're picking 3, you get to do whatever you want. You can answer all 6 if you feel like, or you could answer...
If it's like, okay, this is...
Yeah.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire, but if it's like deeper, then you can pick...
Yeah. It's like, who was the most influential person in your childhood?
Can't remember. Maybe my parents?
My parents, my siblings, someone? Or teachers?
Okay. Oh wait, did I pick those for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just pick 3.
Maybe the 3 you picked were better.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Healing and self-reflection.
Okay, so which one do you want to start with?
Let's do the healing edition.
Okay.
It feels scarier. Okay. What's been the best thing for your mental health lately? Get specific. I think for me, working out. Yeah, I love working out. I oftentimes start to feel like I'm getting into a slump when I don't, and so that's been good. And I listen to a podcast when I do, so yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, that one wasn't. Oh, maybe I should do your self-reflection next.
Wait, I was gonna ask you, which type of working out do you like to do? Like yoga, running?
No,
gym,
I do
weights.
Insanity.
What's that?
So it's a video which kind of like cardio, and you use your body weight to work out. So it's like 45 minutes long, and I just do it in my apartment. That way I don't have to go anywhere.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube. I also have the videos. In another lifetime, I got them through a friend. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
Okay.
What do I dislike that most people love? And what do I love that most people dislike?
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. Wow, that's a... What do I love that most people dislike? Okay, I think... So I guess they don't have to be the same thing, hey?
No.
Okay, I think something that I dislike that most people love is people who sell themselves.
Like salespeople?
Or like people who like, you walk into a room and they feel they need to be heard. Like sometimes people gravitate towards those people.
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
Oh yeah, so you're saying you don't like something you dislike that other people tend to love.
Yeah, people who are just like, I'm in the room. Like, I'm like, and then what do I love that most people dislike? I actually really like blunt people. Ironically, I'm not a blunt person myself, but I feel like I've learned a lot from blunt people. People who are just direct, say it as it is. It's clear with them. You know where you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Have you done this one?
No.
Where's the one is the one you did on that side? Oh, I put it back.
Oh, you put it back.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Admit something to yourself.
Why did you say oh my gosh?
Cause I'm thinking, should it be something deep or shallow? Should it be deep or shallow?
Whatever you're comfortable with being on air.
I feel like whatever. Okay, I think I'll go with something shallow. I think recently I don't enjoy junk food as much as I've had 3 burgers this week and I feel disgusting. So I don't enjoy junk food as much as I would love to think about. I would love to.
Now I'm curious to hear the deep one off camera, but
Off camera. It wasn't actually gonna be that deep. Yeah. Oh, my deep one was gonna be. I'm naturally an extrovert, and so sometimes when I'm not doing too well, or not necessarily. I think when I'm not hanging out with people as much, I think for me it's always kind of like my signals are going off. Like, oh, why is that? So lately I realized that I haven't like hung out with people, and so today I was like literally scheduling dates with people because I was like, oh, why have I let that slip? So I had to admit that to myself. Wow, what insecurity has been holding me back the most? This is an easy one for me, but I think rejection. And as much as I love talking about putting yourself out there, I think there's still that innate fear of like being rejected. Yeah, or like that love or thing not being reciprocated. Yeah. These silver ones are definitely harder.
yeah.
I thought that was going to be the easier one. What's been causing you unnecessary stress? What would help alleviate that for you? I would say probably balancing what I give my time to. And so sometimes I'm hesitant to say, or sometimes I don't know whether to say yes or no because I'm just like, I just don't know if I want to spend time doing that thing and how I feel about that yet. And so I think that causes me stress, especially when it comes to like planning things in the far future. Like if someone's like, hey, are you going to be, can I schedule something for June 26th? I'm like, well, I don't know. What if I want to go to a party on June 26th? Like, why am I committing to this now?
What are the odds?
I know. I'm like, why am I committing to this now? But I think it's part of adulting, so it is what it is. What helps you alleviate? Yeah, I think just learning to live in the moment and say yes. You'll deal with that thing later on. And it's okay to change your mind. Yeah. I think that's one thing which I'm releasing myself from, that I mean, sometimes I hold myself to the principle too much of your yes be yes and your no be no. But it's okay to change your mind. It's the human experience.
Yep.
You said yes one day, all of a sudden things happen.
You're not God.
You're not God.
You're not God.
You're not God.
So you're okay.
I'm flexible when things change. When people change their mind towards me, why shouldn't I give myself that same grace?
Exactly.
So, yeah. That's what I'll be doing. Oh, the hard one.
Oh, this one's easy. Oh, it's red.
Oh,
okay.
This is so good. It says take 3 deep breaths before answering the next question.
So does that mean
it's
you
just
have one more question?
Sure.
A bonus question?
A bonus one. I should have started with this one.
Okay, so you take 3 deep... Okay, well, pick a card and then you do your deep breaths.
Okay, I'll pick this one. Why do I...
Wait, did you breathe?
Okay,
did
let me breathe. I better not pass out, just like getting so lightheaded. Okay, what do I keep doing that keeps hurting? Why do I keep repeating this behavior? Talk about ending on a bang. I think sometimes not taking certain chances and then later on wishing that I did, or not saying certain things and then later on wishing that I did. And again, I think it's just part of like living safe, not living in the moment. So for an example would be, let's say something happens, and instead of, and I'll just say, oh, it's so small, let me just disregard, whatever. But then tomorrow, that thing is like there, and again, I have the chance. A month later, I'm like, man, I should have just said it. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal. I should have just said it there and then and let it be done. And so I think part of it is sometimes just like trying to live safe, trying to preserve relationships, trying to preserve circumstances, and yeah, I think fear is the thing of it. Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
These questions are like a therapy session. But it's good.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's good it's good like wild cards that you'd have never thought about.
That's right.
Yeah. I almost feel like whenever you hang out with someone, I think I gave you, they're both silver.
Yeah.
I almost feel like when you hang out with someone, you should always bring one just to...
Yeah. Well, I try to take it to work, and I've gotten mixed reactions.
People who don't want to do it and people who do.
Well, I have someone that like absolutely doesn't want to do it, but each time he comes and like attempts to answer a card.
That's so good.
Well, that was fun, Lynnley.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
I've enjoyed this. I feel like
I have been blessed by it.
I've been very blessed by your questions.
Thank you, Lynnley.
I'm like, where can I find those questions?